Hello, people. Hello, my one of a kinds. Um, my apologies first of all. I'll begin with that because मुझे पता है I have been MIA. Like literally, मैं गायब हो चुकी थी हर जगह से since like it's been what 2 months now. So firstly, I am really very sorry for that. Secondly, no, I won't give any excuses where I was, why have I been MIA or whatever. क्योंकि I have a life which is going terrible, but whatever, I have a life, so I had to focus on that as well. मैं बोला बात है कुछ workout नहीं किया, but it's okay. We are here to just keep trying, right? So keep trying से ही मुझे कुछ दिमाग में आ रहा है to just spill out. So the reason I didn't record anything is that for the first time in a really long time, I didn't have anything to share. Like, usually, every now and then, I have something to talk about or something to just share or something. I was just so out of ideas and things to talk about because, when you um are living a life like the same life constantly on repeat, you're having the same cycle every fucking day and you literally have no new thing going on, you tend to become very congested, and you get narrow minded basically. So that was a phase, and honestly that is still the phase I am going through. So I might sound a little vulnerable today, but again, it's a part of what you are, and just everybody has that phase. Yeah, so I don't feel the need to hide that, because hiding that would mean I'm being fake. All my episodes that I see, I mean that I hear, or when I see somebody else talk about it, I get that a lot, that you're motivating, you're this, you're that. But sometimes, the person who talks about certain things in a good or positive way themselves have something terrible going on in their lives, कि उनको खुद ही वो मोटिवेशन नहीं होता है उस टाइम पे टू डू एनीथिंग. एंड आई एम नॉट इवन किडिंग, जब मैंने अपने कुछ एपिसोड्स ऐसे डाले हैं जिस टाइम पे आई वाज डूइंग, like I was literally devastated in my personal life, yet I didn't want that to just be showcased on such a platform, because you grow up having certain stereotypes, and you get taught certain stereotypes कि नहीं ये ऐसे नहीं करना, वो वैसे नहीं होगा, ये ऐसे ही होगा. तो that that got to my head, and now while speaking this, I realize that there's no need for that, because we all have a phase. And I think it's about time that we all normalize being vulnerable, you know like I have seen this कि ऐसा बोला जाता है, like if you're in college or if you're in school or in any social area, that do not cry or do not be sad or do not just be too sensitive or show your emotions. It's not even about boys, it's about like anybody at all. मत दिखाओ, क्यों? क्योंकि फिर people will start judging you, or people will um find your loopholes and use them against you. So I just feel like, why are we taught to be so strong all the fucking time? Because there are times you just cannot be strong at all. And not just this, I'm gonna begin what I'm gonna talk about, and it'll be related to something like this. This is something I've learned over the course of my life, which is that when आपकी like in your early life ना, जब early life में आपको सिखाया जाता है to not make mistakes, any kind of mistakes, any, from the smallest or shittiest kind of mistake to a big blunder, you tend to become more fragile than what you would be otherwise. Like, होता है ना, the delicacy comes from being taught of it. I don't think a person is born delicate or is born sensitive. I think there are certain things that influence a person's personality that makes him or her that delicate or that sensitive. One of them is their upbringing. One of them is what values they have been taught. So, what I mean is that life is all about trying, okay, and failing. Trying and failing, trying and failing, even succeeding and failing. And then just still keep on trying. Like it's a cycle. And it's something you cannot find loopholes in. And rather you shouldn't find loopholes in. It's a cycle, it's meant to be. Some things are better when they aren't changed. Some things are better the way they are. Some things shouldn't be touched, right? And the moment you are told to find an escape now by not being a part of the pattern and get told that it's okay not to make mistakes, it's game over. That's it. Boom. It's game over. क्यों? क्योंकि भाई, you know, we say ना that happiness and sadness coexist. The same way, success and failure coexist. You might get succeeded somewhere, you might get, and simultaneously you might get failed at something, other than that. So, you cannot always be on the brighter side. Not always. But to to be taught of this ki nahi bhai, you need to be like, it's like Arya Par. You do not get to be in the middle or have that experience or just go through that phase on your level at your own pace. When you get taught of those things, your mind itself creates its own restrictions and what it's capable of. So, I feel like we all go through certain experiences in life, like moments when we have to make a decision. Okay, I'm gonna talk about it in a way that might be relatable to the people of my age and the people who are, my listeners or whatever. अभी ऐसे कॉलेज सिलेक्शन टाइम चल रहा है, ओके, द पीपल ऑफ माई एज आई एम टॉकिंग इन पर्टिकुलर, कि कौन सा कॉलेज जाना है एंड व्हाट टू सिलेक्ट एंड व्हाट नॉट सिलेक्ट. You get that one freaking shot that choose right now or you'll regret it your entire life, because it can change the course of your life. Now, there might be certain kids or certain people who are like, जो होगा देखा जाएगा. They're too free-minded, right? But there are certain kids who invest so much time overthinking what decision they have to come to. Why? Because of the pressure they get from their household, their parents or their family or their relatives or somebody who is connected to them. They to satisfy their expectations, to satisfy what values they have taught, kids tend to overthink and doubt themselves. Ki bhai, what if I don't make the right decision? I'll let them down. मेरा तो छोड़ो, I'll think about myself बाद में, but I'll let them down. And with this process happening every now and then, a person becomes scared of making mistakes. Like, can you imagine your life without mistakes? I don't think इस दुनिया में ऐसा एक भी इंसान होगा जिसने कभी कोई अपनी लाइफ में गलती नहीं करी है. He or she has been right in every decision they have made. I don't think दुनिया में कोई ऐसा होगा. So you might be able to understand what I mean when I say scared of making mistakes. Something that's so basic, so natural, and so common. And again, please just don't confuse me saying कि mistakes करनी चाहिए या वगैरह. I don't intend to say this कि you should keep on making mistakes. What I intend to say is it's okay to make mistakes. तो मेरी बातों को otherwise लेने से पहले ये बात फिर सुन लेना until you really understand what I mean. Being scared is not the only limitation that comes from being taught to not make mistakes. The other limitation is you get slow at learning things or taking experience of things. Because you're not just scared of making mistakes, you're scared of taking leaps. And by leaps, I mean, like, मैं अगर college का example लूँ, तो जैसे कि on one hand, I have a college in my locality, and on the other hand, I have a college in another city or state. Now I have to make a choice. But I feel that I'll be more comfortable or ज़्यादा मेरे लिए it'll be beneficial if I stay in the city itself rather than going somewhere else. Why? Because somewhere I have this doubt that what if I'll not be able to adjust or manage or, just feel like I'm a part of that place that I have to shift to. It's rather better to just, stay. At least I'll have some kind of a surety, right? So that that scaredness of making the wrong choice, rather making the mistake, did not only stop me from taking myself a step forward, but also experiencing new things that I could have. And believe me when I say this, I'm saying this from my personal experience. You know, regrets in life come later. That is, again, भाई वो एक probability है, वो हो सकता है, श्योरिटी नहीं है. द सेम वे कोई चीज़ आपने चूज करी, कोई डिसीजन आपने लिया, वो गलती होगी कि नहीं होगी, अगेन वो एक प्रोबेबिलिटी है. Our whole life is like a 50-50 thing, right? On one hand, we have life, on the other hand, we have death. We are living on like a pedestal. That is what we are living on. So, life में whatever we do, wherever we go, we'll always have like a 50-50 का proportion in everything. And certain things like upbringing have a really, really massive impact on your own personal mindset and mind frame, how you look at things. अगर मुझे बचपन से सिखा दिया जाएगा कि रेड कलर रेड नहीं है, ब्लू है, तो मैं उसको ब्लू ही देखूंगी, वैसे रेड नहीं देखूंगी. और ना कि सिर्फ खुद, सामने वाले को अगर वो ब्लू दिखेगा तो मैं उसको बोलूंगी नहीं, ये ब्लू नहीं, रेड है. You know what I mean? Like, I'll spread the wrong message because I have been taught wrong. So basically what I mean to say and why I'm making this is, it's just a reminder, not just to you guys, but even to myself, that it's okay to make mistakes. As long as you're taking something from it. ऐसा नहीं कि हवे में मिस्टेक्स कर रहे हो और उस बात को बोल रहे हो तुम लाइफ में मिस्टेक्स करना जरूरी है, नहीं. As long as you're taking something from it, it's literally like very, very okay to make mistakes. Because as I said, the moment you think that it's not okay to make mistakes, it's game over. You won't get redos then. You might get redos when you make mistakes. But भाई तुमने वो चीज ट्राई ही नहीं करी, तो तुम कैसे वो चीज रीडू करोगे? Like, you didn't even begin with it in the first place. तुम मैराथन लड़ रहे हो, ठीक है, बट तुम स्टार्टिंग पोजीशन में ही नहीं हो, तो तुम कैसे एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हो कि तुमको रेस में भागने का भी चांस मिलेगा? भाई, हो सकता है तुमने रेस में भागा, तुमने स्टार्टिंग पोजीशन ली, तुमने भागा, तुम हारे, यू कैन ट्राई अगेन. बट भाई तुम स्टार्ट पे भी नहीं खड़े हो, स्टार्ट से तुम 10 किलोमीटर पीछे खड़े हो एंड एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो कि हाँ तुम्हें रेस में इंक्लूड किया जाएगा. हाउ इज दैट इवन पॉसिबल? लाइक, डज दैट इवन मेक सेंस टू यू? इट डजंट टू मी. तो until and unless you actually take action, you cannot get a do-over, be it a mistake or not. क्योंकि कैसा होता है ना, हम लोग जो है, the people living a very basic general life, have this self dependency वाला thing कि भाई at the end of the day we have to be self dependent and in general independent. And we also tend to take blames of everything that comes our way. चाहे किसी और की गलती हो, चाहे खुद की गलती हो, we are like, our first instinct is to take the blame of it. तो as someone having that kind of a mentality, अगर भाई तुम एक खुद को ब्लॉक ही कर दोगे एक बहुत नॉर्मल, बहुत ही ज्यादा कॉमन चीज से, तो लाइफ में आगे बढ़ने का कोई चांस नहीं है, नहीं बढ़ पाओगे लाइफ में कभी भी आगे। सक्सेस अगर एक दिन का खेल होता है, या यू नो यू टेक अ डिसीजन एंड टर्न्स आउट टू बी राइट ऑल द फकिंग टाइम, अगर ऐसा ये चीज़ होती तो फिर तो आई थिंक हर कोई सक्सेसफुल होता, एंड हर कोई एक बारी में ट्राई करके छोड़ देता। क्यों? क्योंकि उसे एक बारी में सक्सेस मिल गया, अब कोई पॉइंट ही नहीं है टू कीप ट्राइंग। तो अगर ऐसी बात होती तो फिर मैं ये मैं एपिसोड रिकॉर्ड ही नहीं कर रही होती। वही है, इट डजंट वर्क दैट वे, लाइफ डजंट वर्क दैट वे। तो एज लॉन्ग एज यू आर मेकिंग मिस्टेक्स, यू नो यू आर एटलीस्ट ट्राइंग, इफ नॉट अचीविंग जो तुम चाहते हो या तुम्हारा जो गोल है, बट एटलीस्ट यू नो यू आर ट्राइंग, एटलीस्ट यू नो यू आर मूविंग, एटलीस्ट यू नो यू आर नॉट स्टक। एंड अगेन देयर इज नथिंग रॉन्ग विद बीइंग स्टक, डोंट गेट मी रॉन्ग। लाइक कई लोगों को लग रहा होगा शायद कि भाई अगर नहीं ट्राई हो पा रहा तो क्या करें हम, ऑल वी कैन डू इज बी स्टक। देयर इज समथिंग रॉन्ग विद बीइंग स्टक। व्हाट्स रॉन्ग इज टू जस्ट गिव अप, you know give up on even trying anything, because you have accepted the fact that you are stuck because of your circumstances, because of your situations. So you are just like, मैंने छोड़ दिया अपनी किस्मत पे भैया, मैंने छोड़ दिया भगवान पे, मैंने छोड़ दिया दुनिया पे, कि जो होगा अब देखा जाएगा। That is the wrong approach. Don't victimize yourself. The day, the moment you victimize yourself is the day, भाई तुम एक्सेप्ट कर लो तुम्हारा नहीं होगा कुछ आगे, तुम आगे कुछ नहीं कर पाओगे, तुम एक कदम आगे लेने से पहले 100 बार सोचोगे, बिकॉज द मोमेंट यू आर लाइक भाई हो गया अभी, इट्स नॉट माई कप ऑफ टी, आई एम जस्ट लाइक टू फ्रैजाइल फॉर दिस शिट, भाई फिर नहीं होगा। सो द ओनली टू थिंग्स आई वुड like you to take from this episode is that, first, don't be scared of making mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes as long as you are learning from it, as long as you know कि तुमने कुछ worth it किया है, even when you made a mistake, as long as that satisfies you. And दूसरा, it's okay to be stuck as long as you don't give up. Giving up is not an option, it's a choice. Nobody gives you an option between choosing to भाई give up कर दो या फिर to keep going. It's a choice you make. Nobody gives you that choice. You make it. So just make sure you have the control of your life. No matter what anybody says, तुमको कोई एडवाइस करता है, सजेस्ट करता है, कुछ भी करता है, तुम कैसे उस चीज़ को लेते हो, तुम क्या एट द एंड ऑफ द डे एक्शन लेते हो, वो तुम पे डिपेंड करता है। दैट्स योर लाइफ, नॉट somebody else's. कोई और इज नॉट लिविंग योर लाइफ, कोई और doesn't know your life as well as you do. So just take the control of your life, just भाई कार में जब बैठे हो तो स्टेयरिंग खुद संभालो, किसी और को दोगे तो फिर गई भैंस पानी में, नहीं सॉरी, गई यहाँ पे गाड़ी पानी में। तो दैट्स ऑल आई वुड लाइक टू से। या सो या देखा, मैं यही होता है मेरे साथ, जब आई डोंट रिकॉर्ड एनीथिंग तो फिर महीनों तक कुछ नहीं आएगा, बट द मोमेंट आई डू, देखो भैया ऑलमोस्ट 20 मिनट का एपिसोड हो गया, तो अभी मेरे को बंद कर देना चाहिए एट दिस पॉइंट, बिकॉज इट्स गेटिंग टू आउट ऑफ हैंड। सो ऑन दैट नोट, आई विल try seeing you soon. And yeah, till then, keep listening and peace.